How's it going, everyone? It's David here, and I am here to build yet another CoasterDynamix Nanocoaster. And today, I am going to be building this, the Son of Beast from Kings Island. This is a part of their Defunct Rides Legacy collection. They have a couple of other defunct rides that you can build nano coasters from, including the original Bat, King Cobra, Vortex, and of course, Son of Beast. Now, I actually rode the original Son of Beast, believe it or not, and when I was younger, I actually thought it was a really good ride, but I don't need to go into the history of this. There has been many other videos and articles documenting the short but very extensive history, and I got to ride it. I did enjoy it, and I'm now here ready to build the Nano Coaster. Now, Son of Beast was an absolutely monster of a wooden roller coaster. It was the tallest one ever built, a humongous structure. So I am very curious to see how this translates over to a Nano Coaster model. To put in comparison, the Son of Beast Nano Coaster box is actually the biggest one that I have seen. Putting up against the Beast, which is another bigger ride, if we put it up right next to each other, you can see that there is still more Son of Beast box to the side. Not too much, but definitely a bigger box. I'm curious because the Beast Nano Coaster is actually a smaller gauge than most other Nano Coasters, and I'm curious to see if the Son of Beast one is the same way or not. As always, here are the tools. I have the cap of a pen, some micro precision scissors, a nail clipper, a mini flashlight, and a rag. Alright, without further ado, let's open up the box. Alright, so this is everything from the box. For starters, you can see this absolutely massive base. It almost takes up 2 whole hands. And this was a massive ride in real life, and it's going to be a really big nano coaster. This is a metal sheet with the pieces. Only one metal sheet in this kit, surprisingly. But I could just tell already that this is in a smaller gauge, the same gauge as the Beast Nano Coaster. Here is the instructions to put this thing together. And here is a safety warning for CoasterDynamix to tell you to use nail clippers to cut this out of the metal sheet. I always use micro precision scissors, but I use the nail clippers to get the excess metal off of the pieces before placing them into the base. But that is about it, and let's start removing the protective coating from the base. Alright, here is the big base once again. As always, there is a very thin line that you have to follow to help build this. And there are these holes here where you insert the pegs, as always. And yeah, this is so big. So it's now time to actually start building the actual Nano Coaster itself. Going to cut these out of the metal sheet. I like to do them one piece at a time so that they don't get confused. And according to the instructions, it looks like the first step is going right out of the station into the first pre-lift drop. Alright, so the first piece is in for the Son of Beast Nanocoaster. As you can see, this is the part of the ride that comes out of the station, down the pre-lift drop, up into the turnaround, before going up into the lift hill. Pretty easy piece so far. Just one thing to be extra careful with is to cut off the excess metal tabs with the nail clippers. You have to be very careful, especially for wooden coasters, because it's more like a lattice work structure and it has an easier tendency to bend. But yep, it's pretty much rinse and repeat with all these pieces. Some of these are absolutely massive wooden structures, so we're going to see how that works out, bending them into place. But anyways, let's continue building. So I am halfway done with the Son of Beast Nanocoaster, and believe it or not, it's actually been pretty easy. It's the ride had a lot of big sprawling turns, and it's pretty easy to line it up as compared to some other nano coasters that I have built. Now, not all of the track is included. So, like, for example, this portion right here after this helix, there's no track right here. This used to be a double helix, but there's only outline for one. But it's going to be okay because it's going to be blocked by the main lift hill that's going to circle around it. And then from a distance, you're not really going to notice it. So there are only 3 more track pieces left. However, these are absolutely massive pieces, including the vertical loop, which is right there. Alright, I just got done with the big helix towards the beginning of the ride. I actually had to take this off. This was one long piece because I did forget one of the little excess tabs that I had to get with the nail clippers. It was easy to get off, but these are really tiny and they actually can be detrimental when building this because it could not lay flat on the base during this portion, and didn't realize it until this was mostly inserted, so I had to take it off and then reinsert it. But I guess so far this is the hardest part, but in reality it's not that bad. I just forgot to cut off that one little part, and that's on me. But the rest is pretty easy so far, actually. It looks like it's just two more main pieces before we are done with this thing. And just like that, the Son of Beast Nanocoaster is now complete. And this honestly was a relatively easy build, and the really big pieces helped it make it easier to fit in all the slots. Sometimes you get these really thin pieces on nano coasters that you have to bend, and it could be kind of tricky, but not necessarily for this one. This one was really nice and easy. One thing I want to take note of is that the nameplate right here says Son of Beast. I find it interesting that they decided to have it here where you have this big open area right here that you can have it. It is with this angle right here is what you could see from the top of the Eiffel Tower. I would have preferred it there, but with the nameplate being here and presenting it this way, you can see more of what's inside of the inner structure. So I guess that's where they put it. It wouldn't have been my first choice though. But again, this is really big and very dense. I mentioned this earlier. When there's pieces of track that go inside of the structure, you don't have to construct this. You can see it kind of just ends right there here for the big helix, as well as this smaller helix on the inside. Here is one more look of the Son of Beast Nanocoaster. This thing is absolutely huge. And it's about, I would say, on par in area for the Beast, although the Beast might be a little bigger because it does take up more area in real life. But this is pretty close, and I do quite like that. I like this overhead of the ride, actually. If you've been to Kings Island, or I guess at the time, Paramount's Kings Island, when this was still around, whether you like the ride or not, this was one impressive structure. And it's implemented here for the Nanocoaster. It's a very impressive looking structure. A lot of really thin metal lines to help create this wooden structure-like appearance. So anyways, I got this at Kings Island in person for $35, and you can also get it on Kings Island online store for the same price. They have a bunch of other nano coasters at Kings Island as well, including a lot of defunct coasters that I have already mentioned. So anyways, guys, if you enjoyed this video, make sure you like it and subscribe for more content. And with that being said, thank you all for riding, and I'll see you next time.